In the glittering world of entertainment, where camera lights can be blinding, where every smile can be a mask, and where every glance can be misinterpreted, there is a story so pure, a story that leaves many people holding their breath, not wanting to miss a single second. The story of Bailu and Zeng Shunxi. They are not just two big names in the Chinese entertainment industry. They are two hearts that, somehow, found each other amidst the chaos of a demanding world. And when Bailu opened her heart, Zeng Shunxi entered with such warm love, filling it and making it beat in a different way. Their first meeting might have seemed like a coincidence. A drama project brought these two people together. However, observant fans knew there was something behind that first glance. When the camera started rolling, Zeng Shunxi's gaze on Bailu wasn't like that of a typical coworker. There was curiosity, there was unhidden admiration. And Bailu, despite her cheerful personality and professionalism, seemed a little nervous. Many say their chemistry is too natural to be just acting. Their eyes seeking each other out, smiles that seemed to come naturally, and warmth that radiated even when the director shouted, "Cut." Bailu is a strong woman. Her journey in the entertainment world hasn't been without obstacles. She's used to keeping her distance, holding back, and not letting anyone get too close to her life. However, over time, everyone began to notice small changes. Her smile became more genuine, her laughter more carefree, and behind it all, there was one common thread: the presence of Zeng Shunxi. Fans even swear that Bailu's gaze is different when she looks at Shunxi. There was a sense of security, a sense of comfort, as if she knew that in front of this man, she could be her true self, without masks, without pretense. Unlike many men in the entertainment industry who rush to show their feelings, Zeng Shunxi chose a more subtle approach. He didn't immediately declare his love, but he showed his love through actions. He was there when Bailu was tired. He listened when Bailu wanted to talk. He protected her, even when she might not have noticed. There was one moment that became a fan favorite, when, behind the scenes, Shunxi quietly moved a chair aside for Bailu, making sure she sat comfortably, then looked at her with a small smile that, was enough to melt anyone's heart. In a world that's always watching, the two rarely share personal moments. But that doesn't stop fans from reading every gesture they make. When Bailu wore a white dress at an awards ceremony, Shunxi's fixated gaze on her left many holding their breath. When Shunxi was being interviewed, Bailu was seen in the corner of the camera, staring at him with an expression that was hard to describe, a mix of pride, happiness, and love. There's a language of the heart that doesn't need words, and the two of them seem to have mastered it. Even in simple interactions like handing over a water bottle or tidying up hair blown by the wind, there was a sweetness that was hard to describe. Shunxi often seemed to make sure Bailu was comfortable before attending to himself. It was so subtle that if you weren't a die-hard fan, those little moments might have gone unnoticed. Fans also noticed how they sought each other out amid the crowd. When on stage with many other artists, their eyes would meet, followed by a brief smile that only the two of them understood. It was as if the world could be noisy, the lights could be blinding, but they could still find each other amid it all. There are also behind-the-scenes moments captured by fan cameras, where Shunxi walks behind Bailu, maintaining a safe distance yet always in a position to protect her. It's not an action requested, not part of the script. It's the natural reflex of someone whose heart has chosen to protect. And their love feels most real, even without a single word spoken. Their relationship, though never officially confirmed, has become a source of warmth for fans. For Bailu, Shunxi's presence is like sunlight after storm. For Shunxi, Bailu is the reason to smile a little wider every day. They teach us that love doesn't always have to be flaunted to feel real. Love can be present in silence, in a gaze that lingers a little longer, in a smile that appears without reason, and in consistent small acts of kindness. For Bailu, Zeng Shunxi isn't just a screen partner. He's the person who makes the world feel calmer. In an entertainment industry filled with pressure, he is a place of understanding to return to. And behind it all, Bailu begins to believe that love doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, love is when someone holds your hand and says without words, "I'm here." Meanwhile, for Shunxi, Bailu is an inspiration that fuels his passion. He sees in Bailu a woman who is strong yet gentle, independent yet full of love. Bailu's elegance makes him want to be a better man, not just for himself, but for the woman he loves. In fact, many fans notice that since being close to Bailu, Shunxi's aura has become more mature, more stable, and more warm. This relationship also gradually changes how they view life. They no longer just chase success and careers. They begin to appreciate simple, everyday moments. A cup of coffee in the morning, casual chats between busy schedules, or simply walking together without the spotlight of cameras. And that is where this love becomes so special. Because in a world that is always moving so fast, they have found one thing they want to hold on to each other. Perhaps we will never know for sure how their relationship is behind the scenes. However, what is clear is that every time we see them together, on screen, on stage, or even just in a candid photo, there is a warm feeling that flows. A feeling that makes us believe that in this world, amidst the chaos and busyness, true love still exists. Bailu opened her heart, and Zeng Shunxi filled it with love that is not only beautiful, but also brings a sense of security. And for us who witness it, we can only sigh, smile, and hope this story continues forever. In a world full of attention, where every step can become news, Bailu and Zeng Shunxi choose to let their love speak in silence. Perhaps we will never know every detail of their story, but from their glances, smiles, and small gestures of care, we know this is no mere coincidence. What do you think? Is their love a destiny that unites two hearts, or just a sweet coincidence? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next heartwarming love story.